I made it. I was sitting there looking and I was like, I can't just go past and put a playlist on that unless I actually put out a video because I'm always doing stuff all day. I'm trying to win this contest on Facebook and it's driving me crazy. Probably my competitive nature, I guess, but I'm like situated box here. I don't know. I think it might be actually good this book, but I'm trying to get Creator of the Week award, Rising Creator Award. And every week there's a fight for this, and I've been trying for a year. And it's driving me nuts. I'm number 17. No matter what I do, it's so hard. It's like it's one more thing all the time. And it's literally driving my brain crazy. I wake up and then I want to at least go up in the ranks. I was 18, I went up to 17. I would like to be number one. I mean, I don't ask for much in life. I really don't. If I don't get rich and famous, it's okay. But I just want a Rising Creator Award. This is all I want. Oh, hi. How you doing? Are you here to talk to me or do you want a reading? I have cards. I'm just a digital creator over on Facebook that can read cards, and I kind of put together this channel. And I'm not the most sociable person. And I really don't like Facebook Messenger. I am sorry, it's horrible. It's the most intrusive thing ever, and no one's ever there to say hi. Ever. Yeah. See, at least you guys come by and say hi. There's no crazy scams with you guys. This is the good thing about over here. And this is better than Facebook Messenger. But yes, I've been troubled by Facebook for now 2 years. It took me an entire year to get a check mark over there, and I feel like I'm in a battle of wits trying to get one rising creator, and I got a bunch of other awards, but I want this award. And it's so hard to get. It really is. I think being over here is helping my chances of maybe getting this particular award. All right. Well, go ahead and put your question in there of the situation you specifically want to. Yeah, it does. And I'm trying to clean up Facebook. I'm on an unwitting battle here. I literally, when all these scammers came, I had my check mark and I was doing really good. I was like making money, and then one day I kept my check mark and the scammers threw everybody out. So now Facebook gives me a lot of security. I have 5 groups that no scammers are allowed in. And I really like to make grungy videos. These are my problems in my life. I enjoy all my grunge. And I enjoy the most simple grunge that's childish. Even though I shouldn't act like a child. I just don't care. And it works. But I do enjoy my grunge, and they love the grunge over there. I think I put one of my Facebook things over here of Chong versus the squirrel. It's really cute. You just see this squirrel frozen, and it's like dramatic and it's funny, and it's just raw footage. So I just usually get a lot of views on that, and it does help me because it's a supplemental income. So they like my movies. over there because I do like it. And I'm not letting those scammers drive me out of my hometown. I have 5 social groups. I got a main hub where I actually can speak to people directly through a group. It's only like 100, I think, 81 people now. But I like it because it's 181 people I know are not scammers, and I have like the tightest security on them. And I've been reporting a lot of crazy stuff, and at this point, I think that Facebook might not like me, but they keep me around, they keep paying me, so I just stick around. The worst was the scorpion. They had this gigantic scorpion. And I swear, I hope it did not look. It looked like raw footage, and the snake wrapped around this puppy and ate his head. And I don't know how it made through my page, but I was so terrified all day. I had to report it. I almost had to get a hold of the police, but it was properly taken care of. Then I had the Russian people when we were at war with Russia. Somehow one of their things leaked over. And I pressed the wrong button and my page got shut down for 24 hours. And I didn't do anything. They thought I was a Russian spy or some crazy shit. I've been through the most dramatic things that I never thought you could go through. But then finally, I'm not a Russian spy because I'd have more money and I wouldn't be streaming and stuff. But I do like to do it for fun. It does pay to be sociable. But yeah, they give me some horrific things in my life that I don't ever think I can unsee, just like the sex trafficking tapes. They came to my page once, so I reported it right away, and then finally they froze my page because they were going after the people. So that was positive. It's like all this crazy traffic goes through, and I just report it right away, and I just have them fully secure everything because I just get tired of the crazy stuff. I could deal with scammers though. I don't mind them. You just turn off your messenger and you get text messages, and then through the text, it's like they can't really bother you too much, and it doesn't end the stream or anything. So, but I'm just babbling to your question comes. I mean, sometimes, when I get high, which I just did, I smoked a bowl because I had a crazy day at work. I swear, what the old people sometimes can treat you like they give you bad mental health sometimes. They just literally yell at you like you're their kids. I bought shoes this week for a resident, and then she didn't. She told me size 7, then she told me to go back and get a 6.5. It's like, oh, it was too much mental trauma. So I have to come home and smoke the medical marijuana after all that. Life really can. I guess when I go to work, I see how the end game is sometimes, and it sometimes could be ugly. So that's why I quit smoking cigarettes, honestly, because it really. When I worked at this kid's home. They had like kids on vents and stuff like that, and anyways, the respiratory therapist told me that if you smoke after 10 years, some of it can't be undone. And I was right at the 10-year mark, and they were getting ready to raise them to $9 a pack. And I was like, wow. I'm not paying that. And I was used to getting $4 or $5, so I had to quit my Marble Smooth. And I really miss them. I really wanted to buy a pack of cigarettes so bad today. It's been a long time, but I haven't touched one. Sometimes when I get stressed out, I like to smoke. This is why I vape a lot, because I mean, honestly, everybody tells me when the vaping, when it does bad for your lungs and you get this popcorn lung they always talk about. And anyways, the popcorn lung is I've had it since I was sick before, and they got rid of a lot of like stupid infection. It was from a polyp. Polyps really can cause you a lot of problems in your life. But when I found this out, it's just like everything kind of comes together. It's weird. It's like one thing happened the other, and then it triggered another, and now I can't. I gotta eat healthy. I ate cabbage today. 3 weeks on antibiotics is a lot. It really is. I thought I was seeing double for a while, but I've been trying to stay healthy. I'm just taking it easy, and I'm not trying to overdo myself. That's why I kind of, when I get bored, it helps me not smoke cigarettes, because I was thinking about how I had all this time to sneak a cigarette, and I just don't do it because I go, oh well, I got a stream, so this is having a positive effect on my health at least. That it is, and it's not as bad as I thought it would be. I have the cards ready for your question. I don't know if you're still there. I mean, I'm just a new time streamer. So if you have your question, you can ask, or I can go back to my knitting. Because I wanted to at least be over here for at least a half hour or 45 minutes or something, because I feel it's the more appropriate streams, I guess. I see streamers and they at least go for 30 to 45 minutes every day, at least. So I'm trying to keep up with the time thing, honestly, and and get it to where I'm very competitive minded thing, though. Keep in mind, instead of regular thoughts like, oh, I'm going to relax and take a nap, this is me taking a nap. My brain does not stop. It's horrible. It just goes and goes and goes, and it never stops. It's like I always constantly have to be doing something to entertain it. It literally drives me crazy sometimes. But I mean, it does help my social skills. I have said this in a lot of streams because it really does. Because I do gotta fix my social skills. Because I don't really associate with many people, and this kind of helps unless I'm in like a work setting. But then when you're in a work setting, you don't want to be too friendly with too many people. Certain people you don't want to, and then it's sometimes better to have a friend out of your main circle. And honestly, when you had a job, as long as I've had my job, I'm never leaving this circle. I've tried. They don't let me. They tell me, "Oh, Michelle, to be okay, I'll give you extra money." I had to cut down today because it was like a bad. It's like a bad marriage. So anymore, you can't leave, but it's profitable all at the same time. I mean, I don't have a hard job, but I can get another job at more peace. And maybe a dollar or two more, but then by the time I bitch again, I'll have a dollar or two more, and then I gotta see the same crazy people again. There just not has not been much change up in my life, I guess. I really wish there was, but there's not. So I figured, why not try new things? And I am giving this. I'm trying to give this a chance, and I'm almost on 100 straight live streams. So I mean, each one seems less awkward, I guess you could say. It's so it doesn't really bother me too much. So I do feel like it's a self goal of the day because getting in front of whoever's listening to you and everything is generally a big deal to people. And I honestly never thought I would stumble upon it. It just so happened I was a good editor and I would get live buttons quicker because of views and times they watched my reels. So then all these little buttons opened up. I had no clue how to be a good streamer. I was been watching Facebook streamers for a while, but some of them go just too far, and then their streams keep getting taken down. My friend Live going over there, he kept putting a song, like request a song, and they were letting him for a little bit, and now they shut down his stream 3 times this week. And he's in my Chong group over there. And the thing is, and I feel bad. It's he goes on like for an hour or two, and he has all these girls he flirts with, and this and that, and doing him. One girl gets mad, and he gets reported, and his stream just goes bye bye. That's a lot to deal with. Those live streamers over there have a lot of. They got a lot of issues. I just can't because there's just I get angry when my stream got shut down because someone was flirting with me once, and he got offended because I said I was married, and I was like, and they shut down my stream, and I just got mad, and I'll blog over there, but I'm not streaming over there anymore. I refuse. Even if it's a bad stream, it's okay. I just like to keep them and I like to keep them organized. And I can't keep them organized if they keep messing with little things that they should have been looking out for. When they seen him on the stream with all of his bad, lewd comments, I don't know how they take down the streamer's stream because someone else wanted you to go on a what's up thing. It's crazy. This is why I'll support the streamers over there, but I won't stream over there no more. I'm just done. I used to get like 100 people in my stream over there, but I mean, I figure the only thing I really do is after I make everything, I just kind of move it over because I'm on Snapchat too. And like I said, I'm afraid to open my mail up over there. Some of them get awfully sexual over that way. And I'm not about all that life. That's a lot. That's why I don't try to socialize there too much. Messenger, it's just all a bunch of people trying to talk to you that you really probably got no business talking to. So I just figured why not? Why even bother? It's almost like that episode on South Park where because I refused to live stream anymore after that. where Eric Cartman bought this amusement park. I forgot what episode it was, but it was so funny. And Eric Cartman's sitting there and he was riding on the rides and everybody wanted to come. And then finally, when he had to pay the bills, he let the people come in the park. They all went in the park, and it was like the best place on earth. And then it was this shitty little park. It was hilarious. So this reminds me of. But I don't know if you guys are still out there, but I have my cards ready. I'm just working on my sister's blanket because she's having a baby, so I'm trying to get this done. I think purple would be a good choice for a boy. I didn't want to like go pink, and I didn't want to go with a dark color, and I had a big red one, and I just realized I didn't like that one like that. But I do have weird hobbies, and Facebook has rules, so I adhere by all the rules on my social medias. I always do. I'm a very conscientious rule person, so I make sure I don't have my TV on. This way, they don't have to watch and see if I got a stream or not. I just try to now. I just turn my TV off, and I'm trying to come over here and doing this in the time before my husband gets home. This way, I have this out of the way and done because it's a goal of mine to come over every day because this is the only place I'm streaming. And I really do kind of want to reach out to you guys and have nice conversations with someone because I figure, maybe since, like, I think it was on one of my YouTube streams actually, somebody was trolling me and they erased the comments, which I was grateful of. And then when they were kind of getting irate, and we was talking about third party and stuff, YouTube just booted them out. And it was kind of nice. I can't lie. I felt, like, okay, that's good. I could still come over here. I don't have to be fearing crazy people. Because after all these, like, different things I gotta report, the world is sometimes a real ugly place. So that's why I'd like to try to promote good stuff and not, I guess I don't want to encourage behavior that's greedy. I'm not saying take all your money and give it away, but maybe if you see somebody and you got, like, I don't know, $10 in your pocket and you're just getting something to drink. If you see somebody and it's like an 80-degree day, give somebody homeless or something a water bottle, spend $1. And people just don't do that, and they want to ignore that there's people out there that are suffering. There's dogs that are suffering. There's so much suffering out there. Sometimes I can just hear the endless suffering, and it's sad, and I really don't like it. So I try to promote happiness. I really do. I don't know if my point's getting across. I think it is slowly. People are getting a little nicer over there, but I mean, one never knows these things. I do try, and I'm trying out a new thing because I figure I know I'm not the most exciting person, so probably I could attract. Mostly, it's women, and they're like 40s and up, but I've been lately I've been getting some 20-year-olds because I do try to be bipartial. I mean, I our Chong motto over there on Facebook is I accept everybody for who they are, whatever gender you are, whatever sexual orientation you are, whatever religion you are. That's why I needed so many Chong groups. Because not everyone in the world is a Christian. So I got a Chong Gothic group for people that maybe believe in witchcraft or whatever. But you can't put those kind of posts with a Christian group. It doesn't make sense. You just upset people, and then when you post stuff, they don't want to look at it. So that's why I control all my posts. That's probably why people don't want to join my group, because I literally don't make anybody else administrator. I literally I have 5 shares automatically, so that does help. But it's just a lot. Because I have a lot of grungy blogging to do during the day. My grungy blogging's not even done. When I'm done with the stream and work a little on my sister's blanket, I'll be going out there doing more grungy stuff. I wanted to wait until it got a little dark. I wanted to do spooky story today. I really like doing them. I wanted to do a zombie story today. Maybe like being eaten by a zombie or something. I think that would be fun. I mean, I do have the day off, and I'm trying to wait till it's not so bright out because I feel it would be better if I taped and said my real short story. I mean, 2 minutes is very short. I work under duress these days, waiting for this MacBook. I'm letting it kind of settle in with Brandon, and I'm just gonna text him my stuff for my taxes this weekend. But I forgot all about Mother's Day, but it's sometimes my life could be very crazy in that way. But I will never date anybody from work, and I strongly urge you never to date anyone from work if you can help it. Because it causes drama. It really does. See, everyone talks to me because I am literally not related to anyone there. I'm just a person that's literally worked there a decade. But I literally don't. I have never. I mean, they live with one another. That's their friend of their friend of their friend. I'm the one of the few that will legitimately just free will just walked through the door and wasn't referred by this person and that person. Because I like to earn things. That's why I'm so competitive with these damn titles on Facebook. It's driving me insane. I'm so close to this creator of the week. They send out 1,000 invites all the time for my for followers. They do this a lot. I'm picking up like 3 or 4 every time they put out 1,000. It helps because I only have to have 35 followers to get this award for the week. So these weekly goals are important. They're fun. It's like a phone game. And I love phone games. I played Digga, me and my nephews, and I played Digga so much. It was crazy. I was the world champion. Oh, this is food. I was the world champion with the Danny DeVito clan. I would and I'm not gonna lie, I would cheat. I would pay. And I would tell the kids I wasn't paying for anything. They go, you can afford to pay for this, Mom. Because sometimes I had to work, so I would pay to dig it a little farther. And I would be sitting there because I would take the kids to hospital, this and that. And I would be working sometimes like 6 days a week. So I just kept paying for all this shit. And my husband was like, we had like $20 or $30. It just went. And then I was buying stuff on it with Digga. I was just paying to dig further. So we got pretty far and we digged farther than anybody because I used to work split shifts, so I would dig all the time. Because I was so competitive because the person that digs the most, like they would have country against country and Digga. It's a very good game. I recommend Digga. But these are things, if you're a nerd, that you would like them. And I'm a little nerdy. That I am. I guess maybe this is why I kind of enjoy this, because I'm a little nerdy, and most people, I guess, don't want to devote their time to things. But I do like to devote my time and try to get to know things, because you don't know if you're good or bad at something unless you do it over an extended period of time. And I have been doing this now for about, I think, 6 months. About 6 months. And I think I'm doing it. I mean, it's a slow progression, but it's okay. I don't know what I would do. I might drop down dead tomorrow if I went from rags to riches over here. I would think I was dying. I would just be like, I'm just gonna jump out this window over here. Goodbye, world. Because I don't know if I can handle all that. So I'm kind of glad it's happened slow. Because I do have a job, so I don't gotta worry about money. I mean, it would be nice to have extra money, yes. But I do have a job. Chong, can you please not shake the whole bed? My dog is large and in charge. But I guess this is a personal goal because I want to kind of, when I start my writing venture, because once I get this MacBook, I need to hook up with Amazon, get some of my short stories typed out and published. Some people say they're rip-off because they take 40% or this and that, but maybe like if I started with short stories, I could save up for the book. I'll be putting a lot of money towards publishing. And I really have conserved everything. I don't really buy a lot, and I knit a lot, so it really saves a lot of money. Because it's very cheap to knit. You literally only need yarn and two needles. So, and plus, I mean, you go to the store, you're trying to think what to buy, then you gotta buy this, buy that, and then the thought just comes to my mind, sometimes randomly, why buy it then? So I just stop going to stores unless it's something I really need. I've been doing this for about a year and I really saved a lot of money. Like if you look closely at your budget about what's going out and what's going in and you write it down, if those numbers don't equal out, something has to go. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice something and not go in debt over something. Right now, that's a car payment because I gotta pay the dentist. 'Cause I'm not trying to lose my teeth, so I gotta pay $700 with insurance for the third deep cleaning, which is fine. But I'm not trying to put all my money in a car because it's bad financial sense if you're struggling for one thing that much. So I figure have a hobby that's cheap. And really this is a cheap hobby. It truly is. I mean, some people buy airplanes because they like to be pilots, but this is one real cheap hobby. And I enjoy it. And I do get more talkative and my brain moves a little bit more. It's weird when I'm knitting. I don't know if it's the motion of making sure each stitch is good and then talking. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But, it is what it is. But I think every day is getting better. I think yesterday was pretty good, but today it's not so bad. I think I got a little better at conversational streaming. And it's a hard thing to do because everything is a procedure with it. And I try to put it at an intellectual standpoint, but keep it fun at the same time. So, but I am a nerd, so I do think in a nerdly way. But literally, I'm just having fun. It's the one thing I get to do all day that's actual fun, is socializing and putting on a stream. I mean, I wish I can guarantee a time. That would be so awesome if I could. But if I have, just like today, I had to work. When I come home, I gotta do all the different Chong blogging, and then I gotta come home, and I gotta put those videos through all the social medias that exist, and that takes me like an hour. So, and then I relax and try to smoke a bowl. And I've been trying to do like my brother. I just give him money to put my clothes through the washer and dryer and just throw it in a bag. Because I live in this apartment and there's one washing machine and one drying machine. And it's a nice apartment. It's supposed to be an upscale apartment, but not upscale like where it's like expensive, but I mean it is pricey and it is a little nicer than most places, but it's not like top of the line. But it's what I could afford and it's actually very cozy. So, because you gotta enjoy life for the moment too. If people focused more on trying to keep their future together in their present, I think there'd be a lot less problems in the world, honestly. Because it takes a great mind to keep always thinking ahead and behind in the past and the future all the time. It really does. But sometimes, I mean, anybody could do it. It's just you practice it. And I do like to practice things like that. I guess it's kind of like meditation, but you're just training your brain to accept new ideas, I guess. So, but it does help, like if you were knitting, because it does actually, I think knitting more than anything else makes your brain work. Because you're crossing over, you're getting dexterity. It's almost like a therapy, if you think about it, for your brain and for your hands. So I like to find things in the world that pique my interest. Because I feel that if people wondered and tried to fulfill their destiny, they would be less worried about emotional issues. I mean, there's a lot going on in the world, and we need people in the world with their heads on clear. There are people that, I mean, it just seems like society, and I'm not trying to judge, I stay in my own lane most of the time. It just seems like people are just fighting over the most stuff I don't understand. It's like it came from the hood. I get it, but maybe we can make the hood not a hood. Just come together and try to make it more good everywhere instead of one area. That's what I don't get about things like that, that of that nature. No one was meant to be alone in life. That's really the universal thing. We were born together. We literally, that's what we were meant to do. We were meant to gather a certain amount of people into our life, do one thing that you could do to better whatever with your existence, and you do that. And not everybody's journey is the same. Some people are meant to be gardeners. Some people are meant to be nurses. Some people are just meant to be nurses' aides. I mean, I don't really want to be a nurse because I feel the stress of a nurse would traumatize me. I couldn't take talking to family members. I mean, I can have enough problems in my life. I have a potty mouth sometimes. I have no filter. I mean, that job would just not be good for me. And this is why I just do what I do. I don't mind assisting the nurse, but I really want to get my book out there, and I really need to get it on Amazon. That is my main goal. As soon as this damn MacBook gets here, hopefully next week with my taxes done, I need to get this over to Amazon, and then I need to figure out. I'm gonna just do like these little short stories at a time. Stuff I care about, but not as much as my main book. Lily in the Darkness, I care about more than the short stories. It took me 8 years to write Lily in the Darkness. I was just starting out as a writer, and I rewrote this thing 8 times. It's like 300 pages, and I guess I never lost the flash drive or nothing. I've had everything transferred over. I've had my book secured when I was moving. Because I don't know what I would do if I lost my entire book. That's a lot to lose your entire book. That was 8 years of my life. To lose that much of your life is devastating at times. And I just couldn't do it. I don't know why this is not here. But I mean, I hope I'm doing a good job. I don't like some of the streamers over on Facebook when they doing these crazy stuff. I mean, some of them are like the House of Bullies. I mean, I don't know. She doesn't even look at the camera, and then they just. I feel like I'm looking at a really nice security camera. Like they're on TV, and it's episode 1 of the House of Bullies. Something like that. I mean, I don't know if I could do that. They do make some money, though. I will give them that. But the thing is, I want to write and I want to be able to do other things, so blogging really helps me because this is all pre taped. You're still having a conversation, so if I'm in the middle of writing a chapter or something, my blogs generally are 3 minutes, but I think they cut off at a certain time when I'm sharing them over. It's not just here. I think this happens on Facebook a lot. If it's over 2 minutes, so I try to conclude everything within 2 minutes now. And they're just fun little playing around stuff. But it is being, I guess, published through Facebook. They are starting to be nice. I get the captions on my stuff every day. And I do thank them for that because honestly, I feel that this is a better fit over here. Me kind of practicing like public speaking and stuff over here, learning how to relate to others without having, I don't know. I mean, I don't mind trollers, believe me, I don't. I just don't like the rules that if you did literally nothing wrong, you still get your stream taken down. I don't like that rule. If you want, I can do your terror reading. I'm staying on here till my husband gets home from work. And it's 7:30. Usually they hold him there because nobody works at the restaurant he's at, and everybody goes in there hungry. He's a he's a cook over there. They all go in hungry, and everybody doesn't want to cook. That's the state of affairs of his life. So I figure if I start my streams at least by 6:30, when he's getting off, I could probably get a lot of times to like 8 o'clock. And then when he comes to the door, at least I got an hour or so. Because I really need to practice this and to get better. I mean, this is kind of like when I started out as a new editor. I had no clue what I was doing. None. I had to teach myself how to edit. I had nobody to teach me how to edit. I literally had to find out from trial and error. And it was really a pain in the butt. But streaming's kind of the same. I mean, I don't know if I have a good delivery or not. I'm trying to work on my delivery and given my a decisive point, and I am, but sometimes it can be hard. But I am trying, and it's going to take me time to be a good streamer. I was looking at the Google streamers. They had a lady that actually scams the scammers, or she tries to catch them in the act. So I don't know. It's a Google podcast. I think they get reported, the scammers, but she records it all and everything and define them. But anyways, she's good. She's really, really good. So I'm trying to be kind of like her. She's very informative, and but they kind of show her calling the scammers and everything, and it gets televised. Well, see, when I say televised, I mean it's on everybody's phones and stuff, and everybody's on their phone all the time. I miss the days when people weren't, but I guess this is the way of the future. So I decided you're never, an old dog can possibly learn new tricks. I'm an old dog, but I think I can learn new tricks. I just gotta teach myself and learn how to do it better. The younger people seem to be really good at this. But what do they do? Selfies all day. And then they are talking on FaceTime. FaceTime is exactly like this, except it's with one other person. So you're used to talking to somebody and seeing their face, and this is how it all starts. I have a very physical mind. But literally, that is the reason that the younger people are so good at this. They got very good live streamers. Those younger people have live streaming down pat. They do. This is why I call myself grungy, because I grew up, well, I want to say, well, I grew up in late 70s, so I want to say the 80s were more my time. It was just a different kind of world out there, and I'm trying to put an old world approach to social media. I feel that if this is going to be the new way to communicate, maybe there's a more polite and better way of doing it. So I'm trying. And I think a lot of groups help, because I think a group within a group helps people's. I think it just actually improves on your social, because you feel like you could belong to a whole group, but you could be yourself. Just like there's some grungy people in my group. I'm not gonna lie. Clive Gowen's one of the grungiest people I've ever seen. That's why I love him so much. I love his live streaming. He's funny. And then we have some cool ones. See, I've never been the cool person, so I could never be a cool live streamer. I don't think I could. I'm pretty sure I'd have head trauma. I don't, but this lady, some of these Google streamers, OMG. That's all I got to say. A lot of high energy. A lot. These are some of the most high energy people I've ever seen. But I'm doing pretty good with this blanket. I just started it yesterday. I am fast at knitting. I'm very fast at it. Probably more than I hang out with old people all the time, so this happens. And then I watch YouTube videos to reinforce a stitch or something, and but bam, there we are. I mean, I have issues in my life, but I guess I don't have bad issues. I have more boredom issues. Let's just put it that way. But I'm trying to use my time to help what I can. So when I die, I know I made my mark some way. But sometimes you have to do this. I mean, they're just gonna look at it probably if they did somehow we ceased to exist and we were gone, and obviously a higher intelligence is going to find all of our stuff because it's electronic. So when they find everything, they'll see my grungy video, go get confused, scratch their head, what is that kind of human? It'd be funny. They'd think, what is grungy? I think this would be funny. It'd be like one of those sci-fi movies. Just to fuck with their head. But it would be funny. They would go, what kind of species is that? We went there, but I don't understand what this word and that word is. A higher being probably, I don't even understand our slang sometimes. There's a lot of slang out there. New words for things. There's always people come up with new words. And then they usually in the Webster's dictionary, if it's been around 10 years or more, it goes in the dictionary, but it's still considered a word even though it's not a dictionary. It's real confusing. It's really funny practice, but yeah. And slang is. Sometimes it sounds so bad and it doesn't even mean anything bad. I've noticed that about the new slang. Because slang is always ever changing. Slang was different in each decade, and new words come out all the time, and that would confuse a species. They would be super intelligent, but they would want to know why it's always a change up. Because I feel the beings that are super smart that surpass us are going to be more math based, and if it's our language correlation with development, I feel if it doesn't correlate with numbers, it's going to confuse them. If they correlate these kind of things in the Webster's dictionary, I know for a fact they correlate it with words are what people use in language. In the English language, there's a lot of slangs, but then there's people that keep up the dictionaries of the Spanish language. This is jobs people have, and they got to pay attention to these words. But it goes on how often it's said and how it's referred to, and like if something just spills out and gets real popular in social media, the thing is it will spill over in the social media and all that and get all popular, and then they'll start considering to put it in the dictionary, and that's how we get our words, but it makes no mathematical sense. It's pretty much we have free will to say what we want, and then they just collect the words. This would be a sweet job to have. I wish I had it because that would be like the best job of the world, I feel, or one of the best jobs in the world. I mean, if I was in the cars, there's people that make clay models of the cars, And you have to make this clay and mold it like an actual car. I've seen this whole thing. I watched it. And these people make so much money. And they go to the different car companies when they want to introduce a new car. So people go spend lots of money, which is fine. But anyways, they they make a clay model and it has to be perfect to the paint and everything. Size, so before they manufacture the car, they can see, and it's like I think you gotta even go to college for this job. But it seems like it would be a cool ass job. I really think it would. So I'm just saying, if anybody's able to do that kind of job, and you have access to the schooling to get that, you should definitely go for that job. I honestly, I'm too old even thinking about trying to get careers like that. My career choices are what I do in the nursing field and live streaming and digital editing. This are what I have because I'm not spending $50,000 to go to school to be a nurse. I'm okay with that because I'm not trying to break the budget. I mean, it might go somewhere. For some reason, Facebook likes me. I mean, I don't. I guess don't know if I should judge the live streams too much yet because I feel that I could have been better in the earlier ones. So I don't. To me, to get at the level where the other guys are, because they're very confident when they speak and they draw people in with just, I've noticed, just their sheer facial expressions. So, when I observed. So, I'm trying to get a good presence because I am a bit of a hermit. I really don't like to go anywhere. This is about as much to talking to people as I want to do every day. And I guess it doesn't. It's okay for a writer. I feel to be a little much of a homebody because you want to get home, spend time with your dog, and write. And this is what you want to do every day. Repeat, 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 over and over. Because it's what makes you happy, and that's why I do it because it makes me happy. That's why I wanted to do it. To me, words are like music. Certain words that come together, a story can tell a lesson. Story can make somebody's heart turn, or the right words in the right order can make somebody see your inner emotions and all those I love you poems. I don't like that kind of writing. I try to stay away from that kind of stuff. But I can write it. I just don't want to because that is just not me. I mean, I'll do things time to time with that, but you're just not going to see a whole lot of that. These little tiny short stories I'm doing, they're like small Hallmark cards. This is what I call them now. It's just a small Hallmark card. That's it. It's just like a small story that you would see on an envelope or, in a card. And honestly, sometimes the shorter stories are better because when people hear them, it actually makes them feel better. And it can change their energy. That it can too. So, I guess there's not a lot of people over here that want a tarot reading. I don't know, maybe it's the time. See, I fell asleep yesterday. I noticed that certain times are hotter over here and some times are cold. It's like playing a game of hot potato, cold potato. This could be cold potato time. So since I don't got work tomorrow, I'll probably be able to do two streams. Like I wanted to yesterday, but I just I didn't have the mental health. I was tired. I was truly tired yesterday. I look like shit going to work. People at work were like, I was like, I've had 3 hours sleep. Just let me work. I did my job, but oh boy, I gotta get an energy drink for that day. It was a lot. 3 hours of sleep on that. It's it's too much sometimes. So I can only work 4 days a week. I think I would be in the nut house if I had to work 6 days a week. And I feel so bad because that's what the husband does. Is he wants me to feel better, and I get so stressed out because I was so sick before. That pile up and stuff, and I have anxiety, and I have all these underlying issues, and I guess the only time that marijuana helps is what the times you would decompose. That's when I think about these random thoughts. So it's when you're not working. And I guess maybe that's what knitting kind of is. Instead of like closing my eyes and relaxing, I could actually be doing something and talking. And it does relax me. And I feel that if I didn't get a subscription or whatever for the day, I got a start on this blanket at least. So something got accomplished by me going on the stream because my dog will take a nap until the phone comes down. He's a smart dog and he knows to be quiet when I'm on stream. And I need to work on this blanket a little bit every day for my sister's baby. So, like I said, that's why I don't take it too seriously. That's why I don't be screaming, subscribe to me in this. I need to get better. But I do support your support through my grungy period. But even when I get more refined in my ways, after I get more practice, I'm still gonna be grungy because I can't be that nice streamer that's overly godly. I'm not saying I don't believe in God. I believe in energy. I believe God is energy. They say God is everything, so if you're saying God's everything, then God is energy. Plain and simple. I see things for what they are, blank out, just what they are. But to every really good, shiny place, there has to be a dark place. So you got to know about that. Know thy enemy. You must know about your enemy. If you do not know about your enemy, you're lost. It's an old war tactic. It really is. But it kind of helps when you need it. It really does. I have a very weird. I get very weird thoughts through the day. These are just thoughts I had in my head for some ungodly reason. And I do mean ungodly reason because I don't know why sometimes these thoughts come through my head. But I figure it gives me a purpose and it forced me to knit, talk to you guys, and make some vlogs. I mean, if I don't go on late at night, if I get too tired, I'm going to try to maybe do a morning and the evening one. Or late afternoon or whenever. It's always my goal. But I was always getting nervous before, but I'm not nervous if I'm knitting. So I'm just going down these strings knit because it doesn't make me nervous because I don't want to be so high that I can't even read the screen. I don't want that either. I think I'm going to finish up this row here since it's like cold potato today. But I did have a very entertaining stream. I appreciate anybody who watched, who participated, and who listens in the future. So, and see, I would always have to sit there and press buttons and have to like do a quick delivery, but I don't have to over here. That's really nice. So when I finish this up, I'm gonna start packing my stuff up, and then I'm gonna shut down the stream because it's gonna be 8 o'clock. So I figure he'll probably be home by 8:20 or whatever, and I can just close my eyes for 20 minutes before he gets here. It's just I get up at 4:30 in the morning. That's why there's so many good morning posts, 5 days in a row. By the time my brother Tim gets here, 5:30, and it's going on 6, I already done been up. That's why there's always a morning post when I'm working. When I'm off, there could be a random of any kind of little post. You never know I'm going to be vlogging on my day off. Today we found a squirrel. And I had really good. The camera didn't do bad with that damn squirrel. You could see him shaking his tail. I thought it was pretty good with that little one. I didn't fabricate anything. It was perfect. I just have a sassy squirrel that lives here. Okay. I am exhausted. So tired. But I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to organize my time so I'm not doing nothing. I'm going to see this goal out. I'm going to see it to the very end. So, alright. I'm going to let you guys go. Like I said, thank you for listening. And I will be on probably tomorrow because I'm pretty tired. So I was up at 4:30 in the morning again. So, and I'll talk to you guys on a different occasion. And I hope you guys have a good day. And thank you for the conversation.